Damian Lillard is a Milwaukee Buck. Now, this is not the exact trade. It wouldn't let me add all the picks, and I had to add a few extra players. But the main things you need to know, Dame to Milwaukee, Drew Holiday to Portland, and DeAndre Ayton is also going to Portland. Nurkic is going to Phoenix as well. What a crazy trade. Of course, the main thing we're here to check out is the duo of Dame and Giannis. But I will keep a little bit of an eye on the Phoenix Suns, who did go ahead and trade for Nurkic, and then also the Portland Trailblazers, who are seemingly moving towards a rebuild. Maybe they'll look to move on from Drew Holiday later on, but let's get straight into the simulation. Nikola Jokic is named the MVP, Victor Wembanyama Rookie of the Year, Chris Paul Sixth Man, Luka Clutch Player, yeah. Giannis named to the All-NBA First Team. Not too surprising, he's Giannis, he's good at basketball. Also, if you enjoy the content, I'd really appreciate if you consider subscribing. We see Damian Lillard on the All-NBA Third Team as he averages over 30 points per game in his first year in Milwaukee. The Bucks weren't too crazy though, only 47 wins on the season. Injuries are off, so I definitely expected them to do a lot better than this, but their first round matchup against the Knicks should be absolute cake. This team is nowhere near as good as Milwaukee, and the Bucks find themselves up 3-1 and win it in a gentleman's sweep. In round number 2, it's going to be the Philadelphia 76ers. They've got James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, B-Ball Paul, and Joel Embiid. Game number 1 is going to go to them. Game 2 goes to them. We bounce back, take game 3 and game 4, setting up an important game 5 here that I'd really like us to win. And early on, we're playing really great, taking a big lead against Philly, and it looks like we're going to hold on to it. So we will go ahead and take this dub. We're up 3-2 in the series. We started off down 2-0, so if we can just get one more, we'll be in the conference finals. But of course, it can't be that easy. Giannis kind of struggled in game 6, and we're moving on to a win or go home game 7. And it was back and forth early on in the game, but Philadelphia, they started to get a bit of a cushion on us, and ultimately in the final minutes, they ended up taking the game away. So year number 1 is a flop, a second round exit, but sometimes you need time for stuff to work. I mean, it's clear Damian Lillard was playing great in Milwaukee. Giannis did well throughout the playoffs, although game 7 was kind of rough for him. And Phoenix also, I forgot all about them. They ended up losing to the Lakers in the conference finals. AD and Bron go on to win an NBA championship. As we head to player progression, Dame goes down 1. I mean, yeah, he's 34. Brook Lopez goes down a bit. Otherwise, they look the same. Phoenix, they see a little bit of regression, but the roster looks pretty similar. The Blazers, they've got a nice little young core going, but Drew Holiday did leave. At the end of season number 2, Ja Morant is named the MVP of the league. Amen Thompson, 6-man, Nick Claxton, DPOY. Amen also won most improved player. Giannis, once again, All-NBA First Team, a well-rounded stat line. We know the type of stuff Giannis does. Dame Lillard, third team once again. He's scoring the basketball at a very high level. But this year was a flop for the Milwaukee Bucks. No NBA playoffs, no play-in tournament. The Blazers actually did better than Milwaukee. Portland was the 4 seed this year, so we'll see if they can make some noise. Phoenix didn't even find themselves in the playoff or play-in, so all of a sudden, Portland is coming out of this looking good. They're going to go ahead and beat the Warriors in round 1. They do lose in round 2, but I mean, that's good progress going from trading your star to making the second round a few years later. That's not too bad, but for the Bucks, they've got to look to bounce back. It looked like they were going to lose Giannis this offseason, but for the sake of the sim, I'm going to keep Giannis in Milwaukee. I don't think anybody's going to be too mad about that. We want to see Dame and Giannis playing together. Dame does regress a bit, so the time is ticking for Giannis and Dame to try and win an NBA championship. Also, the supporting cast around them just continues to get worse and worse. At the end of the season, the Milwaukee Bucks, once again, another very rough year. We'll see how Portland and Phoenix are doing. I mean, overall, Giannis and Dame are definitely holding it down. It was another strong year for Giannis Antetokounmpo. No All-NBA for Damian Lillard, but I'm sure he was doing good stuff. I just think that the Bucks have really struggled to put a good supporting cast around them. This year, they won 28 basketball games. Pathetic to see from these guys. The Blazers, they were good again. They ended up being the 4 seed for the second year in a row. I mean, their roster is pretty solid. A cool young team. They've got Clint Capella on the squad as well. But in round number 1, they're going to actually win. Oh, wow. And in round 2, they end up losing to the OKC Thunder. I think they were up 3-1 and ended up blowing it. The Thunder go on to win the championship. And the Blazers, they are suddenly becoming the focal point of this video as the Bucks continue to fall off. Nurkic ends up here with Damian Lillard once again. And the Suns, they're absolutely cooked as well. So we'll have to see. They've also got Bronny James and Barney Irving. So the James and Irving duo, except probably not as good as Bron and Kyrie. Anyway, at the end of this season, we see Giannis Antetokounmpo go down to the second team, but he's still doing Giannis type stuff. Damian Lillard, no All-NBA. The regression has really cooked him in this sim. 24 wins. Bro, they were so trash. The Blazers end up being in the play-in, so they take a major step back. They make it into the playoffs at least, but they lose in round 1. So wow, what a disappointment the duo of Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo were. I feel like we've given them plenty of years, and looking at Dame's age, he's 36 on an expiring deal. So that's where I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day. I'm excited to see how this duo plays in real life, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.